So good morning friends. Let's start with the next section of TDS chapter, TDS on commission. अब मैं आपको 3 सेक्शन एक टाइम पे पढ़ाऊंगा, 3 सेक्शन. I'll teach you 3 section one time. TDS 194D, 194G, 194H. So these 3 sections we are going to learn at one time. 194D, D means fear of death. Can you guess a person who sells a fear of death and earns money? Earn money in form of commission. Who sells fear of death? Come on, tell me who sells fear of death?
Insurance for
Insurance agent. Yes, insurance agent. The insurance agency is covered under section 194D. If you are an insurance agent, your TDS will be deducted under section 194D. Then what is there in 194G? 194G is ganda kam. Ganda kam means bad work. Okay, ganda kam. If you tell your father a very good business idea, and that business idea is, Papa, give me 5 lakh rupees, I will buy lottery tickets in lot, and then I will sell it near railway station. Do you think he will feel proud about it, though there is a good margin in lottery?
No.
No, he will say that is a ganda kam. So lottery agent. Lottery agents are covered under 194G. Lottery agents are covered under 194G. So insurance agents are covered under 194D, lottery agents are covered under 194G, and all other agents, other agents and brokers are covered under 194H. Can you tell me out of 3 this section is little more important? Can you please tell me?
Agency, insurance.
Insurance. Now, out of
Others.
Out of these 4, which one will be little more important?
194H.
H.
G.
Because G okay. Why H is important? Because that belongs to a family of darling section. A cheese. Do you remember a cheese?
Yes.
194A insurance, 194C contract, 194H. Now we have reached here commission. Because in real life, you tell me, in real life, if you are a normal organization, okay, normal company, maybe construction company, manufacturing company, trading company, service organization, you are not going to make payment for 194D because 194D payments are made only by insurance companies. Okay, 194G payments are made by only by lottery company. In rational life, normal life, it is very difficult to find a job or a client which belongs to these 2 categories. But a client which pay commission to sales agent, commission to brokers, commission to day trader agents, commission to this and that guy. Okay, so any other property agents, real estate agents. So 194H is the very common section out of these 3 sections. Sir, why are you teaching us 3 sections at a time? Because these 3 sections have threshold limit 15,000. So all these 3 sections are having threshold limit 15,000. That means if commission amount is up to 15,000, you don't have to deduct TDS. If commission amount is more than 15,000, then only you have to deduct TDS. This is one thing. Secondly, the rate of TDS here in this all this section is 5%. All these 3 sections is 5%. So normally rate of TDS is 10%, but in all these 3 sections, the rate of TDS is 5%. Is it fine?
Yes.
Hello. So let's underline certain point. Who can be the payer? Who can be payer? Obviously any person, but obviously insurance company. Any person but insurance company. Technically insurance company. Who can be the payee here? Who can be the payee? Insurance agent. Insurance. This is payer. And who will be the payee? Agent. Okay. What is the threshold amount? Threshold amount, if amount does not exceed 50,000, that means up to 50,000, No TDS. Above 50,000, there will be TDS. So what is the TDS amount here? If a payee is a domestic company, then 10%, and other payee it is 5%. So general rate is 5%. Normally, insurance agencies are taken by individuals, so 5%. If it is broker, insurance broker, a big company, then only it will be 10%. Okay. So this is 194. D is done. Ignore balance and then travel to G. See here we are having G. This is on lottery tickets. Any person, but lottery company obviously. Who is the payee? Agent again. Payee will be agent. Time of deduction. Time of deduction. Date of credit or date of payment, whichever is earlier. Rate of TDS, write down 5%. 5%. If non-resident, whenever we make payment to non-resident, you always increase it with surcharge and education cess. Threshold limit here also 15,000. So these two are done. H is important. TDS on commission other than insurance commission. Okay. Who is responsible? Now you know this. Who is responsible here? What will be the language in 194H? Any person other than. Hello. Who will be the payer? Any person other than individual HUF. Do you understand this language?
Yes.
Individual HUF who are not covered under
44 AD.
Not covered under section 44AB. Okay, not covered under section 44AB. Here also threshold limit is 15,000. Threshold limit is 50,000, 15,000. One exception is given, any payment made by Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, BSNL. The BSNL is also having agent who sells the SIM card on behalf of BSNL. So BSNL is getting special exemption here. Next. Time of payment, obviously time of credit or time of payment, whichever is earlier. Rate of TDS 5%. That's all. Balance point, you can just have a look at it. Ignore it. So D is done. Now DA. DA means after death. 194 DA means after death. So when you die or when your policy become mature, whichever is earlier. So either assessee will die or his policy will become matured. So he will get sum assured from insurance company. Okay. Maturity amount from insurance company. Sum assured or maturity amount or insurance amount from the insurance company. So insurance company is going to make payment to this individual or his legal heir. ठीक है ना, किसी को तो एक को payment करेगा. So while making payment, if this payment is more than 1 lakh, if payment is more than 1 lakh, insurance company will deduct TDS. Insurance company will deduct TDS only if this maturity amount is taxable in the hands of recipient. Only if this maturity amount is taxable in the hands of recipient. So what do you mean by maturity amount is taxable in the hands of recipient? Taxable means it is not exempt. It is not exempt under section 1010D. When maturity amount is not exempt under section 1010D, then it is taxable, and when it is taxable, then there is a TDS. Please understand the sequence. If it is not exempt under section 1010D, then it becomes taxable amount in the hands of recipient, and only if it is taxable in the hands of recipient, then only they will deduct a TDS. If maturity amount is more than 1 lakh, this is what is written under 194 DA. Now you must understand me the question and ask me the question. So when will it be exempt and when it will be taxable? So you already know section 80C, and in section 80C, so far as life insurance policy is concerned, we have had very good discussion where I told you if you take insurance prior to 1/4/2012, there is a limit. What was the limit?
10% of sum assured.
20% of sum assured. On the last day, I don't want to offer you anything. Prior to 1/4/2012, the limit was 20%
Sir,
of
10%.
sum. Prior to
After
1/4/2012, limit is 20% of sum assured. On or after 1/4/2012, government had reduced this particular amount and they made it 10% of sum assured. Revision karo, please, revision karo. You must revise. And on or after 1/4/2013, only for handicap assessee and APBDB assessee, that is specified disease assessee, this limit is how much?
50%.
50.
15%. So if you have paid your premium within the limits of this particular date, respective dates, and these are the limit, if you have followed these limits throughout the insurance period, then the maturity will be exempt under section 1010. And if maturity amount is exempt, there won't be any TDS. If maturity amount is not exempt, sir, when will it is not exempt? The moment you pay premium more than this particular limit, your maturity amount will become taxable. And if maturity amount become taxable, then the company will deduct TDS. I don't know whether you understood it or not, but give me time. I will explain it this through practical example. Okay. So what is the language of the section? First of all, you need to understand this. A payer can be any person. Okay. What is the nature of payment? Nature of payment is payment in respect of life insurance policy, including sum allotted by way of bonus. So bonus amount is also included. Only if this is not covered by section 1010D. That means if it is exempt, if it is not exempt, then it is taxable. Only if it is taxable. Only if taxable. So when TDS is deducted or not deducted, when amount is less than 1 lakh, then TDS is not deducted. That means if amount is 1 lakh or more, then TDS will be deducted. In this section also, time of deduction is equal to time of payment, because we never know when this particular amount is going to get accrued, and therefore rate of TDS till 31st August 2019, rate of TDS was 1%. From 1st September 2019, it has become 5%. I'll tell you how this has changed. You tell me, when I keep fixed deposit of 10 lakh, I'm talking about fixed deposit. When I keep fixed deposit of 10 lakh and when I get maturity amount 11 lakh, what is my income? I kept
1 lakh.
1 lakh. Thank you. My income is 1 lakh. Similarly, when I keep life insurance policy, so I keep paying for life insurance policy. I paid 10 lakh rupees till the maturity amount, and I got maturity amount 12 lakh rupees. So what is my income? What is my real income? Can you tell me?
2 lakh.
Only 2 lakh. Earlier, before 1st September 2019, they used to deduct TDS of at whole amount. On whole amount, they used to deduct TDS on whole amount. That means this amount, and that time rate was 1%. Because they used to deduct TDS on the whole amount, the rate was very low, 1%. Now the TDS is deducted only on the income component. Therefore, the TDS rate is 5%. Can you remember like this? And this amendment has happened on 1st September 2019. Recent amendment, therefore, you need to know along with the date. If maturity happened before September, then the rate was 1%, but it was on gross amount. Now, the rate is 5%, but it is only on the net income component. Is it fine? See this? 1% on entire payment. 1% on entire payment. And now 5% only on the income component. Can you understand this?
Yes.
Yes. So let's look at one particular question. Examine the applicability of the provision of the tax and deducted source under section 194D(a) in following cases. Mr. X, a resident, is due to receive 4.5 lakh on 31st March 2020 toward the maturity proceeds of LIC policy taken as on 1/4/2017, for which the sum assured was 4 lakh. For which the sum assured was 4 lakh and the annual premium was 1,25,000. Sum assured was 1,25,000. तो ये 4 साल का पॉलिसी होगा या 3 साल का पॉलिसी, आई डोंट नो, ठीक है ना, कितना भी है, जो भी पॉलिसी है. You tell me he is going to receive 4.5 lakh, whereas sum assured was 4 lakh, and this policy was taken in 2017. So 2017 policy, can you tell me what is the limit under ATC? First, let's start with that.
10%.
10%. So what is the limit then? 4 lakh into 10%. That comes to 40,000. Whereas he is paying 25,000. So in ATC, how much deduction will be allowed? ATC.
1,50,000.
You mad?
1 lakh.
10% of sum assured. 10% of sum assured is the maximum limit that we give for life insurance policy under ATC. He has paid 1,25,000. So how much will be the deduction?
40,000 only.
40,000 will be the deduction. That is the internal limit of ATC. Don't give me the overall limit of ATC. For life insurance policy, the limit will be 40,000. That is the ATC question. I'm not talking about ATC. Now, because he is paying more than the limit specified by ATC, the maturity amount will become taxable in his hand. Because maturity amount is taxable in his hand, will there be a deduction of TDS? This is the question. Will there be a deduction? Is it taxable or exempt? The maturity amount is taxable or exempt? Come on, tell me. Maturity amount is a taxable or exempt under section 10(10)(b). What condition I told you? Very simple condition. I told you if you have paid insurance premium within the limit, then only it will be exempt under section 10(10)(b). So whether he has paid within the limit, whether Ashish had paid within the limit, no. So maturity amount, will it be taxable? Will it be exempt under section 10(10)(b)?
No.
Because maturity proceeds are taxable, there will be TDS deducted by insurance company. Now look at the date. Look at the date of maturity. The date of maturity is 31st March 2020. That means after 1st September 2019. So what will be the rate of TDS?
5%.
5% will be the rate. 5% will be the rate. So look at the answer presentation. Since the annual premium exceeds, look at the presentation, very important. Since the annual premium exceeds, your module doesn't have question. Therefore, I am borrowing question from CA Inter module. Since the annual premium exceeds 10% of sum assured in respect of the policy taken after 31st March 2012, the maturity proceeds of 4.5 lakh due as on 31st March 2020 are not exempt under section 10(10)(b) in the hands of Mr. X. Do you understand the first paragraph? Do you understand the first paragraph? Maturity is not exempt. It's not exempt. Why? He has paid premium more than 10%.
Yes.
Therefore, tax is required to be deducted at the rate of 5%. 5%. Why? Because it is after 1/9/2019. 5% under this section 194DA only on income component. Only on income component. Now, how do you know what is income component? That is 75,000. How they have computed 75,000? 4,50,000 he received and maturity 3,75,000. How 3,75,000? His 1 month premium was 1,25,000 into 3. How much money he had paid? Look at this. He took the policy as on 1st April 2017. So 1st April 2017, 1st April 2018, 1st April 2019. He must have paid only 3 premium because as on 31st March 2020, his policy got matured. Am I clear? Am I clear
Yes.
how you got this 375? 125 with 3 premium. Okay, so only 75 is taxable. That was the discussion. Next, Mr. Y, a resident, is due to receive 3,25,000 on 31st March 2020 from LIC. Policy taken as on 31st March 2020. What was the limit at that time? 31st March 2012.
1%.
ATC limit. ATC limit.
20%.
20%. So 3 lakh ka 20% is 60,000 and his premium amount is 35,000. So how much deduction we will get in ATC? First tell me about ATC. 60,000 is the limit. He paid 35,000. How much will be the deduction under ATC? How much will be the deduction under ATC? And he paid 35,000. So what is the limit? What will be the deduction under section ATC?
35,000.
35,000. Why are you taking this much time? 35,000 is the deduction. Now, has he paid within the limit? Answer is yes. So the maturity amount, will it be exempt under section 1010D?
Yes.
Answer is yes.
Yes.
Or maturity amount is exempt under section 1010D. Is it taxable? Answer is no. And because the maturity amount is not taxable, will company deduct the TDS?
No.
No.
No. So यहाँ पे देखो, since the annual premium is less than 20% of sum assured in respect of policy taken before 1/4/2012, the sum of 3,25,000 due to Mr. Y would be exempt under section 1010D in his hand. Hence, no tax is required to be deducted at source under 194DA on such sum payable. Obviously, if the amount itself is not taxable, why to pay tax on? Mr. Z is a resident due to receive 95,000. I don't have to read the balance question. 95,000 is less than
1 lakh.
less than 1 lakh. Whether it is taxable or not taxable, that doesn't make any sense. There will not be any TDS because it is below the threshold limit. It is below the threshold limit. It is less than 1 lakh. So please do this type of question so that you can understand the provisions of the TDS chapter sooner. Next. 194E. E matlab entertainment. E stands for entertainment. Now, if you watch IPL matches, in IPL matches, who all entertains you? Can you tell me? In IPL matches, who all entertains you?
Players.
Players, very good. Non-resident players. So foreign players. Apart from that, boys,
Sponsors.
sponsors entertains you.
उन लोग का एडवर्टाइजिंग का रहता है ना लगेला. Cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders. Very good. Cheerleaders. ठीक है ना? Cheerleader. ये लगा BS in the चौका. Okay. That 4 and we wait for that 4 and 6 so that we can dance. You know? So we are. Why I was talking about cheerleaders, because they are non-resident. This section is only about non-resident. In fact, this is for NRFC, non-resident foreign citizen. Non-resident foreign citizen. So here P is a non-resident foreign citizen. P is a non-resident foreign citizen. Payer can be any person. Payer can be any person. Payer is the any person. The payment is made to sportsman or sport association. Okay. Sportsman including athlete or entertainer being a non-resident foreign citizen. तो ये मैंने बता दिया, or any other foreign sport body. So this is the payee. What is the rate of TDS? Rate of TDS is 20% plus surcharge plus sales. So surcharge only if it is applicable, but sales by default will be added. And when tax should be deducted at the time of credit or time of payment, whichever is earlier. Okay. So look at this. Whenever we make payment to non-resident, we deduct TDS along with sales and surcharge. So calculate the amount of tax to be deducted on payment made to Ricky Ponting, an Australian cricketer non-resident in India, by a newspaper for a contribution of article 25,000. So it's 25,000. How much will be deducted? Can you tell me? 25,000 का rate कितना? 25,000 into 20%. That will be 5,000.
40%.
No. 25,000 into 20%. That is the 5,000. But because it is a non-resident, that 5,000 also has to be increased by 4% sales. So if you increase it by 4% sales, it becomes 5,200.
5,200.
So look at the answer. So what is happening here, sir? What is happening? Whenever we make payment to non-resident, make payment to non-resident, we increase the TDS amounts by surcharge and sales. Okay, my time is about to end. So we have reached up to section 194E. 194EE is not that important, so don't read it. If you want to read, you can read, but I'm not going to teach. It's very easy. You can just go through it. 194F also not applicable in today's scenario. Not practical. Is there, just you can have a single reading. 194G is done. 194H is done. After break, we are going to do, after break means the second round, login immediately, we are going to do TDS on rate. 194I. Please make sure you have written the notes. I will log in at 11:10. 11:10, make sure you have written all the notes up to this section. We will log in at 11:10. After 10 minutes.